那我们开始介绍我们的评审，我们评审是由君范从中国信托银行数位金融处，我们请君范跟观众还有摄影机打声招呼，请各位给君范先掌声。还有 Adams 梁 from Singapore Infocom Investment， 以及 Andy Lin from Cisco， and Richard Tan from Shanghai InnoSpace， 以及 Kiki Wang from Hong Kong Science and Technology Park。那事不宜迟 ，Let's begin this pitch competition. The first team is ThinkCloud. ThinkCloud. We purchase things online every day. Is financial fraud ever in your concern? ThinkCloud presents you an innovative way to secure your transactions. 来，大家给 ThinkCloud 点掌声。
First of all, my name is Eric. On behalf of ThinkCloud, good day to you all. Allow me to introduce selfie video signature. There is a saying, original creativity makes changes of life. The increased use of mobile devices. Human behavior changes from using computer to mobile devices. Take Alipay as example. They have 80 million transactions made online through a mobile device in every single day, which is about 70% of its gross merchandise volume. So is mobile life really unlimited now? Or has it been enmeshed by something still? Financial fraud. There are over 10 million victims and $15 billion lost every year through financial fraud. And amongst them, 45% of the financial fraud occurred during online transactions without presenting a credit card. We're all familiar with credit card, ID, and signature passwords. They can only be operated on a computer and a point-of-sale system. However, signatures are still required for this system. So if passwords are good enough, why do we need signature? And how do you integrate them onto a mobile device? And nowadays, you can easily find anyone's signature online. Is it still secure? Jack Ma proposed using facial identity for online transactions. But what if someone uses a picture of you? Amazon proposed using facial expressions such as blinking for e-transactions. Is it really safe? So what are the requirements for undeniable proof? Identity, proof of willingness and sole control, time, location, witness, forensic science, and professional graphical analysis. And this is the solution we came up with.
Do you often have to alter your schedule just to be present for signing of a contract? In event of dispute, how do you verify the identity of the contracting party simply by signature or seal? Editing feature allows you to assign and adjust column for signature. The associated party will be automatically added to the recipients. In order to reinforce verifiability for identity and avoid dispute, we combine selfie video record and electronic signature, making the contract more valid and undeniable. The recipients will receive document in inbox after verifying the content of document. Recipients can sign directly in column to complete the document. Select the signature to review video of the signature.
ThinkCloud SVS is the last piece of the jigsaw for enter total paperless era. It is the first combination of electronic signature plus selfie video record. It is the most evident and undeniable proof because it provides proof of willingness and sole control. Also, its cost functions are efficiently verifiable and invulnerable to frauds. SVS has patent approved in Taiwan and patent pending in USA and China. Also, it has won the gold medal award in Concours de Pain. ThinkCloud is currently collaborating with a medical center in a government program to verify the efficacy of SVS implementation. SVS can be applied to various areas such as medical, government, business, finance, e-trading, and individual uses. So, our potential customer includes governments, business, consumers, and fintech. We hope to apply SVS onto electronic contracts, transactions, e-documents, and logistics. We have designed two business models for SVS, a B2B and a B2C model. This is a B2B model we designed for an insurance company. For the first 2 years, the service fee will be covered by insurance company, with 10 cents charged for every single document. From third year onwards, the service fee will be $1 for each document for a 10-year backup, paid by customer. 30% will be paid to insurance company for handling charges and insurance for cloud safety backup. And 70% will be paid to ThinkCloud. Usually in the insurance company, there will be 2,000 to 20,000 contracts signed a day. We'll be signing an MOU for implementing SVS onto the contract for insurance company. This is a B2C model. We offer two-year trial, 2-year free trial for 20 backups for documents. And if the customer chooses not to subscribe, the document will be deleted. If he subscribes, it will be a 10-year backup for $1 charge for each document. And at the end of the 10 year, the renewal notice will be sent to customers. If he chooses not to renew, the document will be deleted a year later. And this is the team that makes SVS happen.
10 seconds.
Thank you.
Okay, and now it's our QA time from the judges. Please come up to the center. And judges, do you have any question for our first contestants? Please, Richard. Pick one. No, let me do it. Richard.
Yeah, I have two questions. The first one is, what exactly is the technology barrier behind this project?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Technology barrier, because it seems like a very simple kind of concept.
Mm-hmm.
So what is so different about this? So that's one.
It's the first. So usually we have traditional signature. But
yeah. So basically, like many other companies can just go into this and they would be able to.
You mean can they replicate this?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's why we have patent approved. We apply patent to protect the creativity of ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then the other question is, you have two business models.
Yeah.
One is to B, the other one is to C.
Yeah.
So which are you going for? Are you still deciding, or have you?
Well, it will be a bit of both, because for B2B, well, first of all, the public needs time to digest this new system. And from B2B, we can expose ourselves to customers, and maybe when they see it, they will decide to use it.
Okay, my suggestion is to just focus on one, because the to B and to C, they are entirely different. So you need the whole operational, the whole rolling out, marketing plan, everything is different. So you cannot do a bit of this and a bit of that. You have to be very clear in terms of the which one you want to go and target and roll from there. Because you're a small team of 10 people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and are they all full-time?
Sorry?
Are they all full-time?
Yeah.
So 10 people full-time, you want to target both B and to C, I think it's quite difficult. So you really have to be very targeted and focused.
I see. Thank you.
We have time for one more question.
I just want to make one comment, one question. I think the comment would be like what Richard has mentioned. You need to target one market. If you target two markets, I think it's too much for entry. Second question, more question is like what Richard has mentioned. I don't see the barrier of entry being very big. And your signature is like it's now e-signature rather than signature. How does it solve the fraud problem that you have mentioned before?
So can you repeat the question?
Okay, so in traditional,
Yeah.
we sign
Yeah.
ourselves,
Yeah.
hard copy signature.
Uh-huh.
But you have actually put the signature into an e-signature
Yes.
version. So how does this solve the fraud problem that you have mentioned? People can actually sign your signature. I can also use this and sign on behalf of someone. So how does it prevent the fraud then?
So we're prepared to add in mechanisms for preliminary identity. So say if you want to use this app, you have to sign up first, and then you provide some sort of image identification so we know it is you. And for B2B model, like the business, if they're trying to give the contract to the customer, they should see who the customer is and verify the identity first before they allow customers to sign it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just my comment is that it's getting too complicated if you do that way. And I just think that the e-signature doesn't solve the fraud problem that you have mentioned before on the people signing on behalf of someone else. Yeah. Thanks.
We have 1 minute for Atmos. Yeah.
Right, maybe just a clarification, right? For your video, is it just for record purposes, or do you have some kind of facial recognition technology behind to make sure that every video or every signature, when it captures the face, is matched according to certain records?
Yeah, so we have a timestamp to lock the video and the signature together, so no alterations can be made. So if you sign the document, it will be only you, like no modifications allowed.
But how do I know that it is that person, the authorized person's video or face that has been captured? Do you match according to any facial recognition applications?
So yeah, like I mentioned before, we're prepared to add in a preliminary identification mechanism. We're still developing on it.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you. All right, everyone, give it up for the ThinkCloud, our first contestant. We all living in a busy life. We all have a hard time to make schedule everything. Don't we all want the Jarvis to help us do so? Let's welcome Kono Labs. Kono Labs brings Kono, the AI system, to the rescue. Let's everyone give it up for Kono Labs.
Hi everyone, I'm YJ. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kono Labs. Before starting my company, let me introduce my team first. We are mainly Korean engineers having expertise in data science, mobile product development, and machine learning technology. Most of us are experienced in both academia as well as global IT industry. To design Kono, we did several researches. Among them, we asked global busy professionals, and they answered that they are having more than 10 business meetings a week for very important matters, such as decision-making and problem-solving. However, they are not focusing on those important matters because they are wasting too much time to just set up those kind of events. Whenever we arrange a meeting, we have to check our calendar first. And there are a lot of back and forth messages. Deciding when to meet, deciding where to meet. It takes too much time, as well as those questions are very annoying and interruptive. In the market, there are several calendar apps out there. But still, we are doing those kind of tedious tasks every day. Even though in Silicon Valley, there are some conversational agents. However, still we have to check status of our virtual assistant with several emails. That's why we developed Kono. Kono is designed in terms of prediction of user behavior related to scheduling behaviors. This is the service concept of Kono. Kono is a sort of gateway for both hosts and guests of the meetings. Most of you in this room must be very familiar with these kind of messages. Every day, we've got those kind of messages via email, telephone call, and chatting. Let me show you actual demo. Actually, last week, I've got the email from Jamie. He wants to meet me during the InnoVEX in Taipei. If I've got that message, what should I do? Just CC Kono@kono.ai. This is our AI assistant. And then usually I typed in very simple messages to Jamie. Kono will assist to arrange our meeting and see you soon. Why is it? And see you soon. It is very, familiar messages for the replies. And then I don't need to anything, just click the button to send the email. That's all. I don't need to open my calendar. I don't need to communicate with Jamie because our AI assistant, Kono, is sending out those kind of email and check my calendars. With Kono, my guests don't need to install any application. Immediately and responsibly, our guests arrange a meeting with a couple of clicks in less than few minutes. Also, we are providing beautifully designed native applications as well. With our mobile application, host of the meeting can set up Kono anytime, anywhere. With our native mobile application, our users can connect their own existing calendars and their own preferences. It's very simple. For this feature, we implemented sophisticated AI engine first. And then we are adding new interfaces with a very simple web clients. Because of that, we were able to develop email bot very easily, and we are planning to integrate with existing communication tools such as Line, Slack, or WeChat. Our AI is focusing on understanding various data, such as past events on our users' calendars and their behavior through mobile application. By understanding various preferences, such as personal preferences, occupational and geographical preferences, Kono predicts the future. When is the best time, where is the best place, and even what to do in the future event. We have a very concrete business model. First one is a SaaS for both individual and small and medium-sized enterprises. Second business model will be a referral program for the on-demand services. Because Kono is basically assisting future events, with them, we can deliver very useful service information on our reminders and many other interfaces. We are targeting busy professionals over the world like you. Comparing with our competitor, we already implemented advanced technology based on our patents. It is not just idea. Actually, last year, we developed a very simple calendar application. With those applications, our Kono was able to learn from actual data on our users' calendars. We are backed by named accelerator investors over the world. Even major media such as VentureBeat or the Next Web mentioned us one of the favorite startups last year. I'm very happy to be here. We brought an actual program at our booth. You are interested in that? Please visit our booth and let's talk more. Thank you.
And now it's a QA time from the judges. Is there any question for our Kono Labs? Jing.
I want to ask, because I think your advantage is to create an event. So can you differentiate yourself to Google Calendar? Because I think I didn't see any big difference between you and them.
Okay, I see. Thank you for the questions. Actually, our Kono is a personal assistant. You can connect your own Google Calendar as well as Outlook calendars. And then Kono is checking not only availability, but also our users' preferences. For example, if you prefer having a meeting in the morning, probably Kono is recommending in the morning rather than afternoon meeting times. And also, automatically, Kono is sending out calendar invites or communicating with your guests. So that's the difference between Google Calendar or other calendars and ours.
We have time for one more.
I just want to ask a very practical question. I
you.
think most of us are using Outlook calendar for
Yes.
our corporate users.
Yes.
How do you integrate with MS in this case? And second question is that if I'm an individual is not connected to Kono, do we need the two parties to be all connected to Kono for this to work?
Actually, Kono is providing multiple calendar syncs, so you can connect with your own Google Calendar as well as Microsoft Outlook Calendar. Right now, we implemented connecting with Outlook and Google Calendar only. However, we can add more calendar interfaces with other players.
Okay, so my second question is that subscriber A is subscribed to Kono, but the second party, the party that he wants to reach out to, is not subscribed to Kono. So how does this work then?
Oh yeah, okay. So once you subscribe to Kono, in the case we can easily access to the calendars, they are synchronized with our system. However, if the guests don't subscribe to our system, we don't know any information about them. In that case, we are just asking to them via email or chatting. So, for example, I'm the Kono subscriber and you are not the Kono's user. In that case, Kono is sending out an email to you, YJ is available on 2 p.m. and are you available for that? Something like that. However, Kono understands your contextual data, such as your time zone, languages, and many others. But once, if you don't subscribe our system, we cannot access your calendar. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kono Labs. Our next contestant is focusing on the technology. We'll bring you the magnet for your everyday life. Let's welcome Team NEOMO. Let's give it up for Team NEOMO.
Hi everyone, my name is Pedro.
And my name is Rainier.
Today we are so excited to introduce our invention, the Orbital Connect magnet. How to go? 下一张. Okay. Do you like jogging or go to or work out in jog? I love it, and many of my friends love it too. However, we all bothered by one question: how to carry my smartphone when exercising? We know it's hassle to bring a bag, and we don't want to put smartphone in pocket. So many people end up using the compromise solution, conventional sport armband. However, it's still the smartphone. The problem still exists. The smartphone is inside a bag, so it's still troublesome when we need to access our phone quickly. The stickiness on technology keeps increasing. However, people cannot bound their hand and their smartphone together. Users always need to carry and fix their mobile device anytime, anywhere. The core problem is there's no attachable mechanism that fulfills ultra-thin, figure mouse, and easy attach all together. People always pursue for compact and slim on consumer electronics. So needless to say, it's not possible for Velcro or conventional fastener to provide good user experience. The best strategy is to use magnet for instant fixation, because magnet is durable, neat, and quickly attachable. However, all of these advantages are valid only if the magnetic attraction is sufficient. So we come up with the best solution, the Orbital Connect magnet technology. We have enhanced the magnetic attraction 5 times without increasing the thickness of magnet. Also, the most important, the magnet didn't affect the mobile device. So it would be wonderful to apply our Orbital Connect to everyday accessories provide the instant fixation. So now I will, it's the Rainier stand. He will introduce some of the cool applications that we have already applied.
Hi everyone. So we're first going to start off with our fitness series. As you can see, this is just a normal phone case, but in fact there's actually already a magnet inside. So as Pedro will demonstrate, he will quickly attach the magnet to the armband. Then he will shake it around just to show how reliable it is. So as you can see, the magnet is a lot stronger than the average data magnet. In fact, it can resist over 30 times more G-force, which is a lot stronger than a jet fighter, which can only resist 9 Gs, and a roller coaster, which can only resist 5 Gs. So in regards to the strength, we can also see how easy you can remove the magnet without having to pull it out. It's a quick slide action. The reason why we chose a quick slide action is for safety reasons as well, because if you're running with your phone out, someone might steal it. So if someone's trying to steal your phone, their first action will be to grab it. So we thought if we do slide, you have more time to react. Our next product is the shoot and go, post and shoot, sorry. So as you can see here, the everyday example GoPro for live action filming, you have to wear a strap. But we've developed a new way where you can simply attach your phone, making it a lot easier to use. And you will also notice, even though there's a magnet, it does not interfere with any of your functions of your phone. You can still call, you can record. So making films using your phones alone will be a lot better. However, if you have a GoPro already, you can still use the same magnet and use your GoPro. So with this magnet alone, we plan to do a lot more products. For example, we plan to do a lot of for homeware. So for safety reasons, maybe children locking, things like that, to improve safety around the house and make it more reliable. So the reason why we decided to start off with the fitness is to show that with our magnet, fitness has low intensity and high intensity activities. So by using fitness industry first, we show how strong the magnet is, no matter what activities you're doing. And as you can see in the charts, sales on mobile phones have increased compared to digital cameras. So over the years, the history will repeat itself, and mobile phones will have higher sales than digital cameras. So we thought, let's have a better solution and let people use their mobile phones.
Okay, here is the roadmap of NEOMO. In the Q3 of this year, we will start crowdfunding campaign on orbital arm, this orbital arm on Kickstarter, and we will build a production line of orbital connect magnet. Also, in the Q4, we will developing the most of the final product of orbital arm, and in the end of this year, we will start another crowdfunding campaign on post and shoot. And next year, we will prepare to send the product to the pre-order and developing the new application of Orbital Connect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, NEOMO. Any question from the judges? Kiki.
Hi. Thank you. So my understanding is your core technology is about the magnetic force. So why did you choose this as the first application of this technology?
It's more because we wanted, as I said earlier, with sports you have high and low intensity activities. So if we can show that even with extreme activities such as rock climbing or doing weights at the gym, the magnet itself is still reliable and your phone won't just come off.
So I can see that this could be a possible application, but my question was, why did you think this is the best application at this stage? Have you evaluated other alternative applications?
Yeah, because the market for mobile accessories is very big, and it's very useful for people's everyday use. Everyone could be benefit from our new technology, Orbital Connect. So we think this will be a nice market we need to pursue.
Any more questions?
So your model is really to see, right?
Sorry?
It is a B2C model, which you
B2C,
sell
yes.
directly to the market. And actually, I shared Kiki's observations that the application for your tech is actually quite interesting. I think that but in the demo, you failed to really demonstrate it. Primarily for a jogger, you're having that with the traditional slip-on band kind of a thing. I think that there's not much of a difference because I use one of those traditional ones, and with a Jabrils wireless Bluetooth earphones to answer phone calls, etc.
Yes.
And it works perfectly well. So for me to have your product, it doesn't quite make sense for that purpose.
Yes.
But let's say if I'm a skydiver,
Yes.
or I go, I do some other extreme sports, for example. Then having that on the chest, having it on the head, as a headband kind of a thing, it might be more interesting. That's one. Then the other application could be in the industrial. I think the industrial application is also another big area, which I think you failed to really address. But I think it's a interesting, cool gadgets, and I think that might have a market.
Yes, thank you. I mean, originally, we do want to start off with the B2C market just to introduce the product. And then, as you said, we will go to the industrial side in the next few months, doing a bit more R&D, see how we can improve the magnet, make it more stronger for heavy-duty industries.
We still have question for one more. Do you have questions? Okay, Andy.
One simple question. Have you patented your magnet?
Oh, of
Because
course.
it's very easy to manufacture. Yeah. I would say that barrier of entry for this is low.
Actually, we have patent in Taiwan, China, and the United States.
Okay. All right. I have one more question for you. Why do you guys call your house NEOMO? Is it mean anything?
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, there's a word in English dictionary called neomorphic. Neomorphic is something a new kind of the creature. So we use the NEOMO because we have the new kind of the magnetic technology. So I think it's a good name.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, NEOMO. Yeah.
Can I just add something? Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just add on, just a piece of advice. Because your model is a 2C, basically I think and your target market is US and China. We didn't go into the tech details, so there isn't any mention about how sophisticated your technology is, like for barrier entry, etc. So basically, to C means that it's very highly competitive. You really need to compete in terms of localization, going to the speed to the market, etc. So you really have to think about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. Thank you. Thank you, NEOMO, everyone. Okay, the next contestant is MakersCut. We believe every designer in the world wants to launch their own products. Let's see how MakersCut can help them. Everyone give the warm applause for the MakersCut.
Hi, good evening everyone. Thanks for having us here. Have you ever wondered how many designers out there have dreams about launching their own brands and products? And have you ever wondered how many have actually given up because it's just too difficult? And what if we tell you that we could actually make those dreams a reality? Hi, my name is Mulyadi. I'm from MakersCut. We are from Singapore. So we remove barriers and enable fashion product designers to materialize their dreams. So if you look at the Taiwan textile and apparel industry, it's a US $13.5 billion industry yearly. And if you look at the Thai fashion industry, it's US $6 billion, and Indonesia is US $15.6 billion. So what's the current problem? It is extremely difficult for independent designers to launch their own products and brands. So funding, production, and selling are three of the biggest barriers of entries. And currently, there are no platforms that exist to help fashion designers. So if you look at the problem deeper, so this is the steps that a designer is facing when he or she is wanting to launch their own product. First, there's concept, research, material sourcing, And you can quickly see how the cost can easily escalate up to quite a hefty sum for an independent designer. So our solution on MakersCut, again, if you look at, there's like 9 steps. If you are doing it on us, we basically take care of everything, leaving you just to focus on the first step, which is concept and design. So how are we doing this? So we do this by helping you raise funds through crowdfunding. And we do this by helping you market and sell your product through, by tapping on the growing user base. And finally, our main differentiation is that we also handle the production upon successfully reaching the goals. So how it works. So a designer simply submit a design as a form of a sketch and then choose the materials that they want to use through our material library. And then a prototype would be done and it would go on a crowdfunding campaign. For example, you need to sell 24 pieces in 21 days. And if you successfully reach that goal, it will go into production. If not, then it just doesn't go to production and there's no risk or cost to anyone. Upon successfully going to production, we will be the one who's handling the production, meaning that we take away the risk of fulfillment as well. If you look at the market size, so there are 9.8 million people in Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, and Taiwan in the creative industries. If you take that number and focus on just people in graphic and fashion design, it comes down to 1.1 million. And if you take a very conservative 5% over 2 years, you get 55,000 designers on MakersCut. If you take so our business model is a very simple markup on production. If you take 55,000 designers with an average markup of $25, you will do the math and get 15.8 million revenue. So market adoption. Our initial launch would be going to design schools. We have secured partnership with a few design schools in Singapore and Indonesia, and we are talking to design schools in Thailand. And then growth stage, we will be tapping on the social media of these designers. And finally, we are also in the process of talking to the design schools to help them like design, create design labs, etc. So the team, myself and Alan Lee have founded a tech startup, and this is our 3rd startup together. So we are past the honeymoon phase. So we complement each other very well. So Alan is the CTO, and I'm the guy who's facing people like you guys. And Devita has been with us since our first startup in 2010. And she has grown from just a salesperson to all the way now. She's our GM of Indonesian. Yusuf Sharifuddin, who's our advisor, is the CEO of Indivara Group, which is the biggest technology group in Indonesia. If you look at the competition, on the crowdfunding space, there's Indiegogo and Kickstarter. The problem with crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter is that there's no fulfillment on production. The statistics shows that even after successfully raising money, 1 in 10 of this campaign actually fails to fulfill. And then there's, on the handcrafted marketplace, there would be Etsy, or if the Taiwanese, you would know more, Pinkoi, which was just invested by Sequoia last year. The problem with this is that there's still a barrier of entry for people who doesn't know production. And finally, there's print on demand. These are basically just printing on a ready silhouette, which means that they are not true tools for product designers. So we have launched in the actual product on March 2016. We got into SPH plug and play in April 2016. So SPH is one of the biggest media presence in Asia. We have designers from across New York, Austria, Thailand launching on our platform. So up to date, we have 50 registered designers and more than 190 registered users. Yep, so that's it. So if you have any question, feel free to drop me a line or an email. Thank you.
Thank you. Any question from the judge? Excellent time control.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi. The other competitors of yours, they do not fulfill production. Have you thought about why? Is it because like basically it is a space they do not want to get their hands dirty, or so that's something for you to think about. And also, yes, more importantly, I really in your pitch, you didn't mention about how do you intend to fulfill this production, which actually is a very key part of it, right? So it's
It
it's
is.
a problem you're trying to address, and yet you're not addressing it. So
Yeah. I mean, in space of the time. So basically, it's not something that we are trying to address. It's something that we have addressed. So maybe I'll give you the analogy of a car maker, right? So the first question, why is Kickstarter not handling it? Because Kickstarter is not doing it on a focus vertical. So they're basically, anyone can do like any technology, whether it's like solar panel, whatever, right? Which is why they can't do it for every single technology. For us, because we focus just solely on fashion. So then on your second question, how are we going to do it? So on the analogy of a car production manufacturer, Audi will have one production which is rolling out a certain number of cars, and actually, even though they would end up with different cars, the production line is always the same, right? So if you look at us, so right now we're focusing on bags, carry goods, and shoes. If you look at the material, it's the same, right? If you look at the stitching process, it's the same. So what I'm trying to say is that you can easily compartmentalize and make it into a system if you are familiar with production.
Hi, thank you.
Yes.
So I happen to know quite a lot of companies in fashion industry. So I'm very sorry to tell you that this model is not very new. So I've seen multiple companies trying to do very similar things, if not exactly the same. So I would suggest that you do a bit more research on the competition side. And also you may want to start to think about what's special in your model. Let's assume that there's no one else is doing this today, but how could you compare with someone else who want to start exactly the same thing tomorrow, right? So yeah, so you still need to build a bit of barrier around your own model.
So I'm in Kiki, right? So I understand you're from Hong Kong. So you would know the biggest player in this space would be Li and Feng, right? So basically, I'm sorry. I mean, so basically, what we are trying to do is to disrupt the whole supply chain management by handling everything. So I know there are platforms out there that does production, but they don't do funding. And then I know that there are some who do funding but don't do production. And on your question on the barriers, if you look at our MOQ, right, that's where our competitive advantage comes in. Our cost is really, really low. Our MOQ is really, really low. Like we could, like if you can come down to our booth, I'll show you the quality of our craftsmen that can do even like 5 pair of shoes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, you mentioned that the designer, they just need to submit the design on your platform, and you will just handle the rest of the production.
Yes.
But when it comes to design, there could be multiple type of processes for different products, and there could be multiple versions of the same product being created using different materials.
Yes.
So how do you handle that negotiation process between?
Again, we have. Sorry.
Yeah. So how do you manage that?
Yeah, again, we don't intend to negotiate. In fact, we want to take out the whole negotiation process. If you look at Nike ID, for example, right? How they do it is a designer just comes in, choose a shoe, and then choose the different material. So that's how it's going to be as well. So the main design is free flow, meaning the sketch, the silhouette is free flow. But when they start to choose the material, then it's going to be chosen from our material library. It cannot be open-ended. So what is just going to happen is that going forward, we just need to be stronger and stronger in our material library. And the processes. So for example, you can easily choose a kind of stitching. So you can say you want Baxter stitching, you want double stitch, you want double cross stitch. Yeah, so you can do a system out of what we think is complex.
All right, thank you, MakerSCUT.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And as we proceed, we realize there are lots of noise here. The next startups will bring us the cutting-edge noise cancellation technology. Let's welcome Systek.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are Systek Electronic. Let me introduce my team. Jim Wang. My name is Wise. If you love music and you want it always to accompany with you, or if you are a hard worker, you just have a couple of minutes to break, but lots of people surrounding you, or when you stay in a busy bar, there is a very important call from a customer. Well, you should know there is a technology called noise cancelling technology. If you are a commuter traveling between town and the city, or if you are a sportsman or sportswoman, every single gram matters and counts. Then you must know Systek active noise cancelling technology. Let's try the magic of Systek NC technology. First, Systek NC technology is designed to reduce noise up to 28 decibel. It is exactly tackle environment engine noise from 18 dB to 15 dB of comfortable level. Second, with beamforming technology, the headset left and the right microphone will create an interference, making signal in wanted direction and forming 1 meter sector of acoustic field so that you can talk and make a call under noisy and critical environments. Furthermore, Systek NC earphone is non-battery and in-ear active digital type, comparing the typical passive and other NC headphone. We made the products lighter and convenient. In fact, we also consider production efficiency. So, Systek developed a digital setting in production line to keep NC performance, to create, to improve capacity and quality stability. Let's talk more about the market. Trend and fact showed the EU new decisions have USB Type-C as a standard interface for new generation Android devices. iPhone 7 is very possible to remove 3.5mm earphone jack. That is to say, either Type-C or Apple Lightning are going to support power and audio output. As like more mobile and wearable devices. The contemporary design and stylish design is to make the products more slim and lightweighted. However, we found there is a significant barrier for current headset, headphone, or earphone makers to upgrade audio signal from 3.5mm analog signal to new interface digital signal. They have to deal with firmware and app development. It is worth to mention is Systek owns these strengths to integrate development and provides various digital earphone solutions, including active noise cancelling technology. So, is NC a... The answer is yes. When we refer to 3-year smartphone demand, we found NC demand have a dramatic growth from this year 5 million quantity requests to 60 million in next year and 75 million in year 2018. This information is sourced from Digimass in year 2015. Finally, I want to give you my conclusion. Undoubtedly, we believe smart is like you. With a smartphone and wearing Systek NC earphone, you can definitely enjoy a quality listening experience. you can inspire to shape your life from hearing the better sound of your breath. Thank you. Later, we'll Q&A, invite Jim to help answer the question.
All right, judges, do we have any question to Systek?
I think I'll start
Andy.
the first question, yeah. We all know the noise cancellation technology. We are all consumers as well. How do you differentiate yourself against big brands like Sennheiser, Bosch, all this, which we always use, the headphones that we always use? And how do you actually value add yourself against all these big competitors?
That's a very good question. I think Systek is not planning to be a brand. So actually, we have been actively working with some of the ODM, OEM headphone manufacturers in China, in Taiwan. So our product may end up as those brand name products. So on the business side. On the technical side, I think we are taking two approaches. First is depth. We are in the process of developing new technology. Right now, we are using a feed-forward, and we are working on called hybrid, using 4 microphones to improve the noise reduction. And that's basically we are continuing investing in the depth of the technology. And the other thing is we are kind of expand the width of the technology. When I say that, if you take a step backward and you look at the whole thing, so basically you have a headphone with two microphone, 2 speaker driver, and some electronic, powerful DSP, and you have a host computer next to you with network connectivity and with power to your headphone. And so what we are looking right now, and actually we already have some kind of variation of the product, is within adding karaoke functions. So like you had a headphone, you can do noise cancellation, and with change of software, you can enjoy karaoke singing along with the same platform. So that's the line we are looking right now. So first, vertically improve our depth of technology. Horizontally, offer more selection or software for our customers. So if I think one phrase that I would like to toss around right now is like our product is a software-defined headphone. It's like just like software-defined radio. Like by changing the software algorithm, you have different modulation and handling different frequency. And we have a general platform that we can use software to change the functionality of the headphone. So that's so I don't think we are looking. I think to answer your question, yes, those big brands, they have their market, they have the brand, and we don't think we can compete with them, but we are thinking to work with them through their OEM, ODM manufacturers.
No, so I am a little confused. So because basically your technology can go into some of these existing earphones or headphones, right?
Okay, sorry.
So your technology, or rather your business, does not lie in producing noise cancellation earphones or headphones. It's really the technology that can goes into existing headphones and earphones.
Right.
Because it's a different 这是不同的打法嘛。
Right. Okay. So basically, right now, if you look at ANC, okay, if you look at ANC like Boss and other things, Panasonic, Sony, there's a few characteristics. One is the headphone has a battery because you are using 3.5 millimeter. Okay. So as all we are aware that the rumors say that Apple is going to have a new iPhone without phone jack, and some of the Chinese manufacturers already have Type-C smartphone without phone jack. And so the digital headphone trend seems to be rising right now. And so with the digital headphone, you have few things on your advantage. One is you can drain power. So we are changing, so all the trend is changing the behavior of the headphone. And so we are working with the manufacturer in several ways. One is we can license our software, or we can help them make the whole PCBA. But the brand may be other companies. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Systek. Everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, audience, have you ever used any solar power in your daily life? Well, I don't, but I would love to try. Let's see what Flexwave has to offer. Let's give it up for Flexwave.
Hi, I am Min Hong from Flexwave. We want to change the world by promoting more solar power to people's life. This is a fossil fuel power plant. It is a major power source of our electricity, but in the same time, it produces 32 gigaton carbon dioxide each year, resulting in global warming and pollution issue. So the governments around the world, they are trying very hard to replace it by renewable energy. In 2025, Americans want to achieve 25% of their electricity coming from renewable energy. And 20% for EU, 50% for China, and 10% for Taiwan, and which will be around doubling or tripling the capacity from now. And there will be more than $400 billion investment in solar energy. So the thing is, with this much investment around the world, how come we are not seeing the solar product around our environment very often? That may explain why. If we apply the current solution to our daily product, that would just look not good. It's bulky, rigid, and just has one color. It's not user-friendly. So Flexwave solved this problem by our unique technology. This is an invisible and flexible technology. We put the solar cell from vertically and from horizontally to vertically, and put it on the side of the module, and cover the module by the waveguide material. So the light can be absorbed by the waveguide and guided to the side of the module to generate electricity. So we are making the invisible solar power module. That means we can apply solar power on your product without affecting the appearance. We also improve the capture angle from 70 degree to 120 degree as compared to the traditional. That means we don't need a sun tracker. We reduce 66% usage of solar cells. And we are 50% lighter and cost-effective and highly industrial applicable. We can be flexible and highly transparent. We can combine with clothes and plastic, and we can insert LED inside. We are waterproof, UV resist. We can charge iPhone 6 mobile phone in 4 hours by our AFI size module. So with this technology, we can bring something from impossible to reality. So we are able to bring more solar power to our daily life. Let's see the example. First is the Ripple. This is a solar watch band for Pebble Time smartwatch. It can produce 13 hours battery life under 1 hour sunshine. And this is a portable PV device and work on the go. We launched this on Kickstarter last year. And the same idea can apply for other wearables. The market will be 100 million in future. The other application is the butterfly. This is the combination of LED and solar power to build a sustainable module. It absorbs the light energy and to power LED when you need. It's very ideal for the smart clothes and bags. And it can recycle LED for future use. So we also have a solution for the indoor device. We can capture the indoor light and turn it into power to power up for your IoT sensors and beacons. So we can replace the disposable batteries. Imagine in the smart city or smart building, you have to install thousands of IoT sensors and beacons. So there will be a huge burden for replace those batteries when battery ran out. So we can save the manpower. When you turn on the light, you turn on the device. The market size will be $60 million in future. Here's another innovation. We bring the solar cell from 2-dimensional, rectangular, to 3-dimensional. And that means we can customize PV power on curved surface because we are bendable. We are flexible, bendable, so you can apply on the surface of your product. Means we can put solar energy on almost anything. We can capture the light from 360 degrees. And this is a brand new innovation and have a lot of applications on it. So here I want to invite you who have interest in this to work with us to use more solar power for a better tomorrow. We have a B2B model to license our technology to our collaboration company or ODM or OEM for them. We already launched a Kickstarter for crowdfunding, and we can customize for our customer. So we are going to build a technical brand just like Intel inside. We have 5 team members, including 3 PhD and 2 master, background with R&D and product manager. We have 3 phases from small to big, from IoT sensors, smart clothes to e-vehicle and buildings. And this is Flexwave. I'm Min Hong. Thank you.
I'll take the first one. I think this is good concept, especially with the growth of IoT devices and smart city deployment. I don't think you have actually explained this enough. How much power can this store and how long can this store? This is very important. And I think you mentioned about indoor sensors. I'm assuming that you can actually capture the unnatural light as well.
Yes, yes. Sure. So the power for indoor beacon is enough because beacon is transmitted by the Bluetooth, low power Bluetooth. And for the indoor light is enough. So we make it, okay, I can now backwards. So we make our solar module in like just like a picture. So the picture is, you can insert the picture on the wall and it will capture the light with like 10 by 10 size. It can it can have enough power to drive the beacons or IoT sensors, which consume very low power. So that's why we targeting this kind of product for the indoor application. And that's why we start with, because we know this is a huge challenge and the market is very large. So we have to go step by step from small to big.
I saw one of your, in fact, you correctly mentioned that your 3D module part of the your technology is actually very interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
I think, and this is the part which actually capture my imagination about what your company can do. Is there a reason why you are putting the market for, or you're targeting that particular segments in 2019 onwards? Because I will feel that if I'm in your position, I would have gone for that because that is a much bigger meat than the IoT and the consumable.
Yeah, actually, we want to build a world with more solar power, more renewable energy. And that's the way we achieve it if we apply more 3-dimensional solar module. That's true. But it's very difficult because it requires a lot of resource, a lot of money. So we have to start with small things, just like IoT device, play with small. But we are welcome for a big player to work with us if they see the potential of us. So that's my answer.
Kiki.
Right.
Hi.
Which part of the technology do you own? Is it the solar cell or the waveguide or an integration of the whole module?
Oh, that's a great question. That's the core of our technology. We own the technology on the module. The solar cell can be chosen from different types, from silicon solar cell, amorphous, die cell, anything. But the technology is the module part. We have 9 patent, inventional patent on it already, a global patent, including USA, China, Taiwan, EU. Yes, thank you.
Super quick question. So what's the conversion efficiency?
Oh, this just like 60% of the conventional solar cell, actually. I mean
60%
no,
of
I mean
PV?
the 60% of it. We are less. It's like if the commercial solar cell is 20%, we're like 12%. But we capture more angle, so we work longer than them.
Yeah,
So it
got you.
compensates in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
We have time for one more question. Okay, that's about it for Flexwave.
Thank you.
Give it up for Flexwave.